Hey Tater Tribe! Today I'm going to do a step-by-step tutorial on how to make mixed media metal tape. So you'll need to get some metal tape, and you can find this at a hardware store or a big box hardware construction supply store. You'll also need some mark making tools, also some paint for distressing, and of course some wax paper to apply your metal tape on. So, to get started, I'm going to tear out a piece of wax paper and peel off some of this metal tape and adhere it to the wax paper so that I can store it and use it for peel it off the wax paper and use it for later. Just be careful when peeling off the metal tape. It can definitely cut you in the same way that, actually worse than probably a paper cut. So just be really careful. There were several times I thought I almost cut myself on the metal tape, but yeah, just be really careful when unrolling this and applying it to your wax paper. Just safety first. Also save your strips, those little white strips that peel off from the metal tape, because I'm going to show you some extra collage fodder that you can make with those. So just set them aside, and in this same video I'm going to show y'all how to create collage fodder with those as well.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more.
Okay, now that we've got all of our tape onto the wax paper, grab some of your mark making tools. I'm going to start out with a scoring wheel, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it across the surface of the metal tape, making a line dot pattern, and I'm going to continue this on this strip of tape. I'll switch over to another pattern, but I may come back and use this same line dot pattern on several of the other pieces.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign.
Next, I'm going to grab another mark making tool. It's kind of like a little embossing stylus. It's just this little metal pen with a little steel ball on the end, and there's different sizes on either end. And I'm just going to do some little cross marks and make a lined pattern of these cross marks all across the tape. See, like that. And I'm just going to continue this pattern and to fill up the entire strip of tape. Obviously, you can choose whatever shape or design or, whatever type of mark making pattern you want to do. You could do that on the metal tape. It's up to you. The possibilities of creativity on what you can do to the surface of this metal tape is really almost endless. So just leave it to your creativity and intuition on what you want to do for your texture on your tape. Okay, so here is the finished patterns. I've got the cross marks, I did some little X marks, and then there's my little wheel dot pattern. So now I'm going to switch over to a permanent marker and draw on some little circle patterns, and I think I might also get that stylus again and include a more embossed type of pattern inside those circles. I'm still thinking about that, but that's definitely an option that you can do with various types of markers. Yeah, I've decided to go in and do some more little cross marks in the circle, and then I decided to fill in the circle just to really give the little cross marks that I'm about to make with that stylus a little bit more depth. And later you'll see as I also do some paint distressing on this to fill that gap, the gaps where I've went in and made the marks with that stylus.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till.
Here's where I'm coming in with a little bit of white paint, and I'm just going to take and smear it across the entirety of the tape and making sure that it gets into those little marks that I used on the stylus. And then I'm taking this baby wipe and then, or wet wipe, and then rubbing it across, picking up a lot of the paint and also some of that marker, which is, it's distressing and lifting. And it's giving the tape a little bit of grungy, distressed visual interest. And you can see where that paint has kind of caught in that mark making and also lifted up the marker on those dots. And I'm coming back in with my little wheel and doing that line dot pattern on that very last strip. And then I'm taking some really dark gray paint and covering it over the top of that line texture. And later you'll see me distress this paint as well. I'm also going to put it over a couple of other pieces of tape as well. And I'm coming in with some white paint on this other strip because I want some contrast on this other piece of tape. And then I'm going to kind of add it onto that other gray piece as well, just to give a little bit extra interest, and I'm mixing in that gray and that white. I decided that one color gray wasn't dark enough, so I'm adding in a little bit darker. It's almost like a black, but not quite. It's almost like a midnight gray color, and I'm mixing it in with that light gray color. Feel free to use whatever colors you prefer. The choices are yours. Just use whatever you'd like to use to distress your tape. Okay, we need to let this tape dry for a bit. So while the tape is drying from that paint, I'm going to take these white strips left over from that metal tape roll from where we peeled off our metal tape from, and we're going to make extra collage fodder with these strips. So what we'll need to do is get another piece of wax paper because we'll want to stick these white leftover strips onto the wax paper to have a place to just secure them while we're doing some mark making. And then also if you want to paint them or however you want to decorate or design these, that wax paper really helps with this and a great way to store them. Also, with the tape that we're using on this wax paper, we can do some little bit of DIY washi tape as well, and I'll show you that, how I would do that. But first, let's tape on all these white strips onto the wax paper to get started. So here I was a little bit too rough with my wax paper and I accidentally tore out a piece, which I technically need for taping down these other strips. So I'm just adding more tape and then taping my strips down. Alright, so I'm going to grab my permanent marker again, and I'm just going to begin making lots of mark making and different patterns. Of course, you can always do whatever type of shapes or patterns or lines or marks that you choose, whatever you think of. I'm going to do lots of circles and crosses and lines and just different random patterns and along these strips, because I really like these types of patterns in my art. So that's what I'm going to include. You do whatever you want to do, and if you want to include paint or, you know, whatever you want, feel free to. I'm also decorating the tape because this is where our little DIY washi tape comes into play. So now you have extra collage fodder, these strips that you've added lines and patterns and however you decorated those. You can add those into your mixed media art pieces. You can tear them apart, tear them into little bits and pieces and giblets. And same for the tape. The tape is now basically little DIY washi tape that you can also incorporate or paint and add into your mixed media project. So very, very easy and very, very simple collage fodder to add to your collection and incorporate into your art. Very easy to do, and it really is a great way to build up your collage fodder stash and have on hand when you're creating, you know, art journal spreads, junk journal spreads, or any other little mixed media project that you may have. I store mine obviously on wax paper, and I actually put these into my sketchbook. I just tape in those wax sheets into my sketchbook. And also I have a basket where I store them in with my other mixed media papers and fodder. So I'm hoping that's very helpful for you for your collage fodder stash. So while I'm wrapping up some mark making and securing this DIY washi tape for my stash, I'd like to say thank y'all so much for watching and for being here. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about today's technique or any of the materials I used, I include the ingredients list down in the description box below. I'd also love it if y'all enjoy me on Instagram at tatereyes.sassmouth. And I always appreciate y'all being here, and I'd love it if y'all comment and, you know, let's discuss the positivity of creativity, and also tell me about your collage fodder and other things that you incorporate into your collage fodder stash. I would really love to hear about it. And also, do you make your own DIY washi tape? I'd love to hear more about that as well. If so, yeah, let's chat about it. And if not, I would really love to see what you create. So feel free to tag me so I can check out what you make.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave leave me hanging begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign.
Okay, we're back to our metal tape. So I'm coming back in with this dry, wet wipe, and I'm just rubbing this paint, or distress rubbing the paint that I painted on earlier off in kind of just a random scratchy pattern. And I don't want to take off all of the paint, but I do want a lot of that silvery metal tape to show through, but while leaving large, chunky, messy patches of paint onto the tape. I'm also going to do the same thing with this white tape. It depends on the pressure, how hard or soft you need to do to create this type of effect. So just feel free to test. Here at the end of the video, I'm going to leave a little bit of last looks on a project that I created using my mixed media metal tape Collage Fodder. So I hope y'all enjoyed watching today. I hope y'all incorporate this technique for Collage Fodder into your own fodder stash and into your own art. Tag me. I would love to see what you all create. And the project that's going to be at the end of the video, I'm going to post another video later this week showing how to make this art bundle. So stay tuned. And thanks again for everyone that's watching. I appreciate it. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in.